Hi, my name is Daniel Nakawatase, and I'm the director for Carrie the Musical, and I also teach 113. Carrie the Musical is about Carrie White, a teenager who is growing up in a small, um, kind of secluded town that is at least what we imagine to be separate from the rest of the world, and so it's very insulated. Um, and Carrie discovers that she has these special telekinetic powers. She's able to move things with her mind. Her mother, Margaret, is very religious and kind of borders on the really right wing kind of psycho Christian side that we're seeing pop up a lot more in today's society. And Margaret really wants to control Carrie through religion because of everything that has happened in her past. And so Carrie goes through life bullied and an outcast and has all of these different horrible experiences from her mother and the kids at school. And ultimately, it leads to great tragedy among all of the students. And this show really begs the question, what does it cost to be kind? Carrie's such a fun show, and I first experienced Carrie. Gosh, it must have been 10 years ago or more at this point. There was an immersive production, or what was billed as an immersive production, at the La Mirada Theater, and I had no idea what Carrie the musical was or how they would musicalize a horror film. And so a friend and I went to go see it, and it turned out to be a really poignant and very touching show, um, and not something that I would have expected to resonate in today's contemporary society. And then on top of that, there's just so much fun tech that goes into creating this show because of all of the illusions and, of course, the big surprise at the end of the show. So it's always been a dream show of mine um, because of all of the really complex technical aspects and the really touching and poignant message that the show conveys. We were very lucky with this production because we were able to hire on the illusionist from that La Mirada production and the subsequent LA revival. So we're getting some really top-notch special effects and illusions in this show, and then all of the costume and makeup folks here at CalRep have really done an amazing job of figuring out what that blood moment is going to be and the logistics of it and how it's going to operate. I'm really pleased with all of it, and I don't want to give too much away on how it all works, um, but the students have had a really great time learning more about that side of theater because it's not something that is really prevalent, I guess. There's not a whole lot of spooky plays or spooky musicals where this sort of thing is called for. I think really great musicals are written in such a way that they give a lot of material and a lot of things for the actor. Um, and I think this show does it. There's very visceral moments in the score and in the melodies that these characters sing. And it allows the actors to really dig down deep to get to the heart of what they're trying to say and what they're trying to express. It is written in such a way that um, there's a little bit of that pull and desperation in the voice to make the score really, really sing. Of course, at the end, the score really changes as we get into this kind of twisted and almost demonic sense. And so we really get a lot of different facets to the score. So I think it'll be a really neat opportunity to experience Carrie in this way. Ooh, who is the true villain? I think the constructs of society is the true villain. All of these people in the show behave badly in some way, um, but they had to learn it from somewhere. If if people know the classic, very famous story of Carrie, we know that she does some horrible things towards the end of the story, and why does she do that? And I think we really have to explore the why behind all of these characters' motives. Of course, we have the bully characters in the show, Chris and Billy, um, and then as audiences see this production, there's a song in there that kind of dives deep into the why for Chris, um, and I don't know. I think it's just really important to consider that there's always two sides to every coin. Not that bad behavior or being mean to people or bullying people is acceptable, but I think it is important to look at how somebody got from point A to point B, and had something different happened in their life, or had somebody made a difference in their life in a positive way, how might they have turned out different? There are a lot of failures on behalf of the constructs of society that haven't done people any favors. Um, and like with any good piece of theater, it asks us to examine multiple perspectives and points of view, and asks us to make our own conclusions. I think my favorite moments in this production of Carrie is the destruction at the prom that takes place at the end of the show. After Carrie gets doused in the pig's blood, she goes on a rampage and kills everyone and destroys the entire gymnasium, because she's so traumatized and so distraught. Um, this destruction scene was really a prime example of what collaboration can be. So many different people were involved in making that possible. The choreographer Liz, her movement expertise has been so helpful in making sure that this looks realistic and believable. She's been great in helping us think of different ways to die. Um, Anthony, our musical director, he has also been instrumental because he has taught the cast how to sing and manipulate their voices in different ways to evoke this quality of jeering on Carrie, and this idea that they're the ensemble, all of the kids that are taunting her, are these almost demonic entities in her mind because they've done this terrible thing to her. And even though it was just Chris and Billy who orchestrated the whole pig's blood moment, because no one has ever been nice to her, everyone is responsible for for this terrible thing that's happened. And then, of course, the cast has also been great in devising this sequence with us, because we really wanted each of them to come up with individualized ways to die, and so we gave them the framework, and they've kind of fleshed it out and done a really great job of making it convincing. And then, of course, we have Dominic, our illusionist, who has helped create some of those visual moments that you'll see at the prom, um, to facilitate those different horrible ways to die. Come see Carrie the Musical, opening October 24th at the University Theater.